Social media and online authenticity. It may seem as if one cannot truly participate in our global society without any sort of online involvement. Social media is a digital universe that has integrated itself within our daily lives and has given us the capability of connection. The public has become consequently attached to social media, as it has become a means of interaction for an infinite number of individuals and a way to collect and distribute knowledge and information. Social media brings complexities to our culture, such as the controversy of authenticity. With the opportunity to plug into a world of networks, users have the ability to present themselves to the world in any way they choose. Both emotional support and concern surround this issue, as many believe that social media presents false realities, while others trust that social media represents reality in its truest form. This report will explore the concept of authenticity within social media and analyze its impact on oneself. The word authentic is defined by Merriam-Webster Dictionary as true to one's personality, spirit, or character. To be authentic is to be genuine when representing one's true nature and that actions are consistent with beliefs. We want to be authentic, but the definition can cause confusion. Rather than searching within to be yourself, people are trying to match what being authentic is to others. That's the paradox. Self-development is critical to achieving authenticity, but rather than wanting to be different and unique, individuals are conforming to societal standards to fit in. It is refreshing to learn when someone is who we thought they were all along, that beneath the surface, they are authentically themselves. Pulling back layers from a facade and exposing one's true self is when someone is authentic. There is this constant battle between our authentic self both professionally and personally. Not all that we expose in the workplace is what we will reveal to our family and friends on social media. It is important to note that how we behave online is based on experiences, just as how we behave offline. Humans are chameleons and have learned that the content that is produced is how they will be viewed by the masses. What is considered authentic in one scenario may be less authentic in another, depending on the situation and the people involved. This is why authenticity is a characteristic that cannot be described as an attribute that is so clear-cut in definition. Authenticity online can also be represented differently offline. Individuals can choose how much they wish to disclose online, whereas in person, people are likely to reveal supplementary information regarding who they are upon social interaction. There is no phone or computer screen acting as a barrier when communicating face-to-face, so people are obligated to react through words or body language in an instant. Conversation and physical responses can reveal a great deal about someone. When online, people may feel more in control because they can pick and choose details about themselves that they would like others to know. They can also take time to thoughtfully strategize and plan responses because social media does not require an immediate reply. First, I will be discussing the false realities that come with social media. Social media is a way that people come together and interact with one another. On social networking channels, people can post whatever they would like the public to see. Typically, individuals post their best representation or most ideal version of themselves. Because of this, social media can create false realities since many of us are driven by competition, achievement, and status. As a result, people post photos and videos portraying themselves as someone they are not to attain approval from peers for a self-esteem boost. Social media also attempts to craft the perfect view of life. As we tell the story of ourselves on social media applications, our lives can become skewed, and because we are conforming to what is expected. There are effects, filters, and editing applications online to assist in the portrayal of a flawless and sometimes unrealistic representation of oneself, creating what many believe to be false realities. Premeditated edited posts can result in an increase of count in followers, comments, and likes to enhance confidence. Much thought goes into posting the perfect picture in hopes to receive positive feedback from peers. The most popular software, Photoshop, has set the bar for other applications that also enhance personal media content. From removing wrinkles and airbrushing beauty marks to altering the size of a waistline, all take away from the making of a real human person. For example, the user-friendly app Facetune has photo editing tools that give users smooth skin and perfect white teeth while still giving you the effortless, natural results. Even Victoria's Secret models have publicly announced that they have used this app to edit their pictures. Celebrities using these apps increase the likelihood of ordinary people to do the same. People are quick to follow in trends when they see certain tactics and strategies effectively performing. We live in a world where it is highly unlikely that any photo is untouched. The mask we wear might seem authentic, but they're just a disguise. We have learned to observe pictures and judge what is attractive and what is not, constantly comparing and critiquing one another. By incorporating these enhancement tools to our content, we construct our own strategically developed appearance. We strive for perfection and will go to great lengths to achieve a desired look. Confidence increases as we build up walls to only reveal an unblemished, falsified version of our authentic self. Social media also allows users to follow the lives of the rich and famous. Those with large followings set the standards. People gather on these profiles because they have similar interests and ideologies. These followings turn into communities and continue to grow through a snowball effect. Following insta-famous social media personalities can produce unrealistic, false realities that negatively affect the average individual. In the article, How Social Media is Lying to You, the author explains how these accounts portray a carefree life of beauty, luxury, happiness that unfortunately, more often than not, is a false advertisement. The photos that are posted are an inaccurate representation of the real beauty, real happiness, and real life. And unfortunately, these exaggerations are becoming reality. An ideal image of beauty is reflected, and most images are altered to be more appealing to the eye. Users are influenced to believe that they should look, act, or live a certain way, putting pressure on themselves to replicate what they see online. We are defining a new truth on social media. Posts come with the most glamorous pictures, the best lighting and makeup, well-matched clothing, broad smiles, and the most breathtaking panoramas and ingeniously worded text. By defining what it means to be authentic online, we are falling into a culture that craves to keep up with societal standards and beliefs. Here's a little video that explains what I just covered. So as you can see from this video, it not only shows the false realities that sometimes social media can show, but it also shows, it shows a little bit about the saying of the fear of missing out, FOMO, which is a psychological illusion and socially anxious response to keep up with the social norms in new media. It's the relentless reminder of what is happening around you without you. Marella, author of the article, How Social Media FOMO Affects Your Well-Being explains that FOMO is an irrational belief that everyone else's social life is more superior to your own. Social media has features like Stories and Live, where users can post pictures and videos in real time. This can create false realities around what someone is experiencing, ultimately causing a decrease in confidence and an increase in stress. Onlookers feel isolated, and they feel the need to constantly compare themselves to those they see online. Because we are always consuming posts, many feel obligated to catch up with certain people's lives that they follow on a daily basis. These accounts promote an exaggerated documentation of lives online. In 2018, the Pew Research Center reported that 45% of teens are on their phone constantly. This percentage is so high and affirms the fact that people feel the need to stay updated on social media. We never truly know what's happening on the other side of the screen if we're not physically there. But if a person is being perceived as having a good time, then all of their followers will not know any better. These fabrications twist perception and will result in the average person thinking that everyone else's lives are so much more exciting than their own. Social media gives people a way to compare social lives to one another, which can carry significant health consequences with it. Now I'll be talking about the other side of authenticity and how many believe that social media can represent someone's true self. A great deal of people use social media for self-expression and to communicate individuality. Social media can be an outlet. Many believe that what they reveal online is real, no matter what the circumstances. Using online tools to form an identity is simply an alternative digital persona that should be looked at no differently than the physical version of someone. This version can be considered another layer to an individual, not something that's fake. And just as someone expresses himself in the physical world, online expression can be another way of portraying one's true self. Sherry Turkle argues that online habits, such as posting, lets us present the self we want to be. This means we can edit, and if we wish to, we can delete. Irving Goffman's theory is similar in that we as human beings are always editing ourselves even in the physical world. All of our lives are a performance, and the world is our stage. We can choose to play any part we would like, whether that be a friend, a mother, a father, a son, a coworker. Identities are managed so that impressions are positive, personalities develop, and just because this is the case, this does not mean that people are being inauthentic. Rather, they are developing their identities in a normal fashion. And despite fear of online deception, most people want to make sure that their true, authentic selves are represented both online and offline. Although our roles are constantly changing, it should not take away from authenticity. With the development of social media comes a creative force, providing a cultural and intriguing exchange of ideas. Social media is changing the way that we view art. Experiences are transformed into personal galleries on social media profiles. Galleries can be depicted in any way that the user would like. Some profiles even have themes that are followed, and others use editing and photo-enhancing applications to express themselves. Users have control to oversee their profile in any direction they feel portray themselves as authentic. Branding in the age of social media has also become a creative process for users. Those who have social media accounts can create digital strategies to forge relationships and connect with followers. By creating a cultural relevance around their profiles, users fall into subcultures which are amplified online because people like to create communities around specific topics or ideas that they also enjoy. Users can artistically blend their interests with presentation to express themselves to the public. And finally, Finstagrams are a secondary private Instagram account used for interacting with a smaller circle of followers. These accounts are not meant for public consumption. It's a place to share with their closest friends, and not every single person they've met in middle school. Users may feel the pressure of forming the perfectly curated Instagram account with edited content, so they use their Finsta as an outlet to post less serious subject matter. Taylor Lawrence, tech and culture reporter at the Daily Beast, explained that having a Finsta is like having a place where you can still be on the platform, but use it in a different way and express yourself in a different way and not be under larger scrutiny. Finstagrams are a private community for users to embrace vulnerability. On these profiles, users do not have to feel the burden of societal norms, so their most authentic self is represented. Finstagram account holders are not posting for the hope of receiving likes. Instead, they're letting their guard down and posting for pure enjoyment. The concept of authenticity is ever changing in our society. Rather than defining authenticity based on the dictionary meaning, authenticity should be described as knowing what you believe and how you feel about the experiences you have had that relate to content. The influence social media has on our lives is ubiquitous and continuing to grow. There should be no rulebook as to what is considered real in the digital age. However we decide to engage online as authentic. If our own bodies and minds are engaged in something, it is real. Consumers are free to post what they like, whether that be an unfiltered picture or a picture enhanced by editing applications. Online content that is posted is just not enough to view someone as authentic or not. We are complex, multifaceted species, and there will always be more than what meets the eye. Like all relationships, whether online or offline, one must take the time to learn about someone's personality to ultimately understand what makes them authentic. It is always a social media user's choice as to how they would like their accounts to be seen by the public. We must not let social media define us or force societal standards onto us. Instead, we should use social media as an extension of ourselves to illustrate what we believe is our most authentic self. Thank you.